Okay, so norm rules today. I am putting the final touches on the computer files to 3D artifact equipment change. And since we did the drool rule when we initially did it, and then we discovered the new form way of building them, I thought that I would throw in that set of instructions as well. And it really is like as easy as you would hope it would be. So this is it. I went through the same create new rule process, and you can just see, nope, that's, and if you choose form instead of drool, it just opens up this blank screen, and you choose your field and position from these drop downs, and it's just in alphanumeric order, and it chooses the like correct positions, and it's all like just encoded in there. You choose the relationship that you want, and then you enter the value, and it is done. Like that's it. You don't have to do the whole like name the thing when this exists and like choose the correct syntax here of exists control and set indication true and all the rest of it. So the form thing is fantastic. I would like to test it, but probably doesn't need to be done with this particular rule today. But I don't know why it wouldn't work. Like it's yeah. So just doing the snips, getting that in there. And then today we were going to go over the documentation for the 336338 fields creation, because at our last meeting we found existing community rules. So I'm going to share this so that everybody can get in, and then we can, what would be great is if someone either wanted to go through the steps and I will write stuff down while you share your screen, or if someone wants to record while I go through the steps again, and then they can get the snips and do the note writing. So I don't know if someone has a preference for doing one of those two things, and then we can start to get the notes, because I've got the notes here, so you can follow this set of directions, but then we'll like write it up in a new document like we've done with this one, which I can start a new document. And this one was creating fields 336. anyone want to volunteer for either the going through? And I can like also read the instructions out as you go through, and then or if you want to take notes and I will go through.
Victoria, do you want to try, since this was something that you were interested in?
Sorry, last thing I heard was my name, then the phone rang, and then I didn't hear Zoom.
Oh, no.
Victoria, do you want to do this in Pierce since we were working in that last time? We can use the sets that we kind of like already created that way, or not, if you think you're going to get, interrupted again. Totally understandable.
Yeah, we can use Pierce.
Okay, let me log out of this one. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna share. Yeah. Share the link for this new one in here. And then maybe everyone can just chime in, like if you can all collectively type as we go through the process. I will do the process, if that makes sense. I'm gonna okay, so step number 1 is to create a physical titles set. So we go into admin, manage sets, and add a set. We will end up using the all physical titles in reference when we run it. But if you were creating it again, you would create a logical set, and the set name would be physical titles. And we would do physical titles, not private, active, and institution only. This takes a very long time to run because obviously it is tens of thousands of records theoretically. So we won't run it again. We have the set here where we actually limited it to reference so that it would run more quickly. And I think possibly we saved. Did we? Okay, so we didn't end up doing a full set of all physical titles because it was going to take too long. So then we filter that set using a rule in our shared folder. So this is when we go into the MDE. And in this case, we found an indication rule in the community. So I'm going to let the full list load and go to indication. And I believe we searched, whoop. Yes, okay, so we searched for 336 in this case and found form version indication rules created by Ex Libris, one that retrieves records that contain those fields, which is not what we need, and then one that retrieves the records that do not contain those fields. So if we open it up, we see the form version shows the 3 fields that we're looking for, and the relationship is simply empty, so there's no value form. And then you would basically go under rule actions and duplicate this rule to your shared folder, which I have already done. So we have the copy of records that do not contain. So once you have the community indication rule saved into your shared folder, you can run it on a set locally. So you return to admin, manage sets, and then we choose the set we created and we filter the set. You're now able to choose indication rules that are available in the shared folder. So you can see there are a couple, and we've got at the bottom the one that we saved most recently. We're using the set name here will get created, but you can change it. So you can say physical titles in reference, then without 336, 337, 338. We don't want it to be private. We want it to be active. And then we say filter the set. Again, I'm not going to do that right now because we have the physical ref titles already. The next step was to create the norm rule to create those fields. So again, we go to the MDE and we don't need to create those because they actually exist already. And in this case, we searched RDA and we got a couple of different versions, and we ultimately determined that most of them were identical. The RD3XX rule, which is down at the bottom here, this one will add those subfields with the appropriate content for any non physical book. So it covers quite a few formats: ebooks, microfilm reels, microfilm cartridges, microfiche, braille books, video DVDs, online videos, audiobooks on CD, audiobooks online, maps, music CDs, music online. So quite a few options there. We also found the rule add RDA fields 336 dash book. And that one is limited to just book types. So now this is where we left off last time, is creating the full normalization process, if I'm recalling correctly. So I guess the question is, we need to save the rules to our shared folder, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Duplicate, yes. Okay, save. Aha, so now it's showed up in shared. Excellent. And now we go down and we save this one by duplicate. And we're going to say add, and we're going to say non-books so that we have some distinction between them. And we now have 2 in the shared folder. So that is excellent, and we are ready to build the norm process. So we go into configuration, resources, cataloging, metadata configuration, and then we go into Mark 21 bibliographic profile details. And then we have all of these tabs, and we're going to click on the normalization processes tab. And you can see that Pierce has a few already. So we'll add we'll add a non-book one and make sure that it says ebooks and more, so that we're not messing you up. Okay, so now we're going to do add RDA 3XX fields for non-physical books and other. Oh, okay, JK. I'll put it into description. And so this will be for ebooks and non-book physical records. Active status. We click next. Now we have to add a task to the process, and we're going to add a Mark 21 bib normalization. So we scroll.
Is it Mark Drool normalization?
What number?
It's
Oh, this one? Yes. Okay, so that's Mark Drool normalization. Gonna quick edit this. All right. Great. And now, okay, so that's selected. Then we next, and it will ask for which rule. And we're going to do this one that we just saved. So RDA 3XX for non-books. And we now have that process in the list. So we can go back now to our regular. And we go to admin, run a job. And we can do, how do we want to limit this?
I think bibliographic title, content type.
Okay. See if that pops it up. Okay, yes, so here it is. Okay, here's Mark 21 bib initial normalization. That's not right, right?
Read.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, okay. So then we choose the process that we created. And then you have to choose the set that you want it to run on. So we filtered the all physical titles into titles without those fields. So we select that set. It asks which file we want in case there are others that we wanted to change this to at the last minute, I guess. And we'd hit next. I suspect that because we're using a reference title list, we're not actually going to affect any of these 18 titles. So maybe we just go back and do it again using the book one. But let's just see if it runs. Okay, records processed, yes. Okay, events. Job is finished.
Oh, I think we want report.
Or it really bothers me that events report and then report. Yeah, like call it, yeah, I don't know. So records skipped, records with exceptions. So there were no errors, but I'm not sure it did anything. Because it was looking for specific types of information in order to add those. So now
you could go look at the members of the set and see if anything happened.
So if I look at the set here, will it show the anything updated in it then? I mean, I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah, you would have to edit the record. And what is it like? And there's a way that you can view previous versions of the record. Maybe
Okay.
under view related. It's been a couple months since I've done it, so view versions, that's it.
Okay, so this shows us the original. Wait,
No, so the one at
nope.
the top is the most recent, or the one on the left frame is
Is
the most recent version, and then in the right-hand frame,
you can look at
It's-
other ones.
yeah, and they're going from most recent to least recent, or like newest to oldest.
Yeah. Okay. So then, yes, it added them because I just clicked on the view the March 22nd previous version, and it has a 300 and a 490, and it now has 36, 37, 38. The question is, are these the correct, is this the correct content for these three fields?
Right. Well, I'm seeing what I would expect to see for print books. George, does that?
Yeah, I think we actually did this last time we met. We ran
Did we run the books one already?
We ran the books ones, and if you look at the 050, there's a date stamp there of when it was last updated, which was June 28th, 2023.
So
Oh,
why?
right. So we
So-
made the date on the 28th, and since the most recent thing we ran was looking for non-print materials, it didn't do anything. So that's
Yeah, it didn't change it.
So that worked the way
It-
it should have.
Yes, I think so. Since this is Victoria's record, though.
Are you nervous, Victoria?
No, I think it worked like it should.
Okay, do we want to check some others?
You'll want to release this
Oh, yes.
under
And we
record
do
action.
that.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
And we didn't save anything. Okay, so now we go into hide. And okay, so let's see.
If you go back to the set, in addition to like members or whatever, there's also an option to catalog set, which will push all of the bib records into the metadata editor.
Okay. Oh, come on.
I guess click back
Okay,
and then click the drop down, and catalog set, I think, will push everything
yeah, well,
in
aha.
all 18 into the metadata editor. So it's a little bit.
Ooh.
All right, so they all have them now.
As a cataloger, that yellow drives me crazy, but
There's one without yellow.
mm,
Okay. So doesn't just spot checking these guys doesn't look like there's any warnings based on the ones that we added. So do we feel rather confident that we have like found the parts of the puzzle. Do we want to run another set? Not in ref, like from somewhere else, and test that one too? Or do we want to focus on documentation?
I say let's run another test.
Okay,
Sure.
That will help it stick in our minds.
that's a good idea. Okay, so we'll go through the entire thing. We're gonna start by creating a physical titles set, a logical physical titles set. Set name, we're gonna say physical titles. And Victoria, do you have like a location or like some facet we could search on to create a not absolutely everything set?
And
How about how about Puyallup New Reader?
Okay.
I'm thinking that if we do an advanced search, we can create a set faster. So we do an advanced search and then
Oh,
we
and then,
create
okay.
a set.
And then make a set from the results instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay, so physical titles, do we want to do it based on
Location was at the
location?
top.
And
If you click the magnifying glass with the plus on it,
On the left.
yeah,
okay, there we
then
go.
it gives you the drop downs that
You don't have to try and guess what everything is. Okay, just shout out if there's
Why-
one that you would like us to do.
How about the PY New Reader there?
Okay,
That works. It's a smaller collection, so
all right. Now we want to,
so now we save this.
save and filter.
do we save and filter or do we?
Yeah. No, save and filter.
Save filter, okay. Aha, yes, okay. So now we do physical titles in Puyallup New Readers. The physical titles, it is not private, it is active institution, and we save. All right. The next step is to filter it based on the rule that we know we've already saved. Okay, indication rule. We want records which do not contain private, no, active, yes, set name, physical titles in new readers without 3xx. Okay, so this one could take a little bit longer, but we'll go to the, what is it? Manage sets? No, it's, nope. Why?
Monitor
I'm like,
jobs. Oh, and if you
Okay.
go to the scheduled, or maybe is it running? No, there's
I think it's already, I think it went.
Yeah, I think it's
that that synchronized changes. There's one job that's been been skipped since the beginning of July. Or
Oh,
maybe
no.
it was beginning of June. And supposedly I put in a support ticket, and supposedly it's because of an August update coming. So
Okay. Well, I should look into that one. Okay, so
we'll see.
it said filter set by indication, records processed. So now we should, under manage sets, have, yep, here we go. Physical titles without the 3XX. So let's see if we have any. Okay, 9. Okay. All right.
That's exciting.
All right. So we've got a set. So now we need to run a job. And the job we want is the okay, content type was bibliographic title, and the nope, don't and did we,
It was on the second page.
yes, and it is the name of the process that we created. So for this
And up for
this
ebooks
one.
and that one.
Okay, so
It-
add our, so we
But-
ran this one on the reference titles and it worked for everything, didn't it?
Or no, like it ran on
No.
everything, but it did nothing.
It did nothing to them.
Right.
Yeah, you need to add the physical books.
Mhm.
Okay, so we want the physical books one. All right. And we want this set, the ones without. And we're gonna use that drools. There's the job name. We've got 9. It's gonna take like 2 seconds. Okay, so now we can check it by going to manage sets. We've got this one, and then we go to catalog set. And they now have the 336s.
And like George pointed out, when we look at the 005 field, it's got today's date,
Got
2022, July 12th.
I'm gonna release these real quick. All of them, because we're good. And I don't want to forget later. Okay. So if you did the physical titles set or physical titles search and didn't use location, instead you did like an everything, you would
Be
Yeah,
sitting here for a while.
well, yeah. Okay. So then if
we
you
got that long.
so then you could choose book and run the indication rule, just on the
Interesting.
books, and then you,
Those are all ones I've been working with today. Interesting.
oh yeah, huh. Um, maybe because it's listing modification date
Could be.
higher. So, but I really wish there was an exclude option. Makes me kind of crazy. But you could say, okay, I want to make sure that, so we've got, microforms, and we know that one, that, norm rule for the non-books works on microforms. Let's see if these already have these guys, but so microforms isn't a good facet. So how would you, could you basically do a double filter to get all of the non-books? Like if you saved and then filtered this set and you did an indication rule to pull out anything that was book, and then you ran the 336, 337, 338 indication rule.
Or I'm wondering, could we do another advanced search that looks for physical title material type is not book? And then filter that with an indication rule?
Okay, physical.
It might be under the title section. Was it material type? Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, I think it's also, yes, okay, material type,
Let's see if there's a not equal.
not
So there's not
equals.
equals book.
Okay, so then if we save this set, are you ready? Do we want to do this and then filter it for the no 336s? Three, yeah. Okay. Local titles, non-book material type. Okay. So now can filter this on this.
That should probably be 33X.
Thank y'all.
As a cataloger, there's a slight
Oh,
difference.
yeah, significant difference. Okay. It's gonna take a little while because that was 4,000. But if we go to, we can. Okay. It's running. So that's exciting. And repeating this really is helpful for practicing the steps. Oh, okay.
That was
So-
pretty fast.
So manage sets, non-books without members. How many do we have? Okay. So it looks like we've got some video recordings.
Journal.
Oh, cameras. So then I guess the question becomes, can we safely run? Here's what I'm gonna
Rocket.
do.
Yeah, because you've got a lot of uncatalogued
Catalog-
equipment in this list.
Yeah, so here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna use the sandbox. So I am going to go back.
What if you filter this list again to look for things that don't have or to look for things that have an OCLC record number?
We would have to find another indication rule,
Okay.
which we can do, but I
Yeah.
want to try something.
Or we could start out with a different advanced set that's material type is not book and title, like the OCLC field is not blank, something
Not
like that.
empty. Okay. Okay, we had material type does not equal. And the OCLC, do you think?
Control number 035A. Is
not empty.
Is not.
Okay. What?
Why is the art original?
This looks like the exact same. Well, yes. Okay, so what? But the camera is still on here.
Mhm,
That's weird.
I'm
mhm.
gonna exit out. I feel like maybe we confused it. So I'm gonna get. Okay. I just want to go someplace else so that you don't get confused. Oh, okay. Well, we could do this. Let's play with this. We want none of these things, JK. Okay, I just go somewhere else. Okay, fine. Okay, that should all be closed. Okay, now we advanced search. We're doing a physical title search for material type, not book, and OCLC is not empty. Okay.
Wow, that's a lot more.
Well, because we've got journals in here, we could just do the visual material or the music, because all the different music options were in that one. Okay, let's just do visual material. And this is what was it? 035A?
Yes.
Okay. Now we want to filter this against the doesn't have that. Nope. There we go. So when we just did the non-book material type, no consideration of OCLC, we ended up with 300 something. Okay, already done. Okay, let's see how many we got in this one. 79. Does that seem more logical? Because now we're seeing video recording. We're not,
Ooh,
because
some of those are suppressed.
Are you suppressing things when you delete them?
Not currently.
oh, reserves.
Um,
Nope. Storage.
oh, some of those served video. Those are probably lost. If I remember right, that one.
I mean, in the long run, it probably doesn't make a big
Yeah,
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
since we're not going one by one. Okay, so we've got this set. Okay, so now we want to run a job. And the job we want, come on, I know it's in there. There we go. So this is for videos. And visual materials. We're going to add those. Oh, there must have been, like it's actually having, I guess we've only done up to like 9 or 18 at a time before.
Yeah, so this one might take a little longer. I think it's also having to go through a more complicated formula, like it's having to go through.
Oh, right, because that rule has so many parts
Like, does it have this? Then do this. Does it have this? Then do this other thing.
instead of just the books one.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Okay. Oh. It doesn't have it.
Oh, I wonder if that one rule doesn't have something for video recordings.
Well, it did it on some of them.
Maybe it doesn't have the VHS.
Oh yeah,
because
that one was
first
a VHS. I wonder, can we run it again? Like, can we filter this set again and on the does not include and find out how many didn't?
Heck yeah, the more practice.
Yeah, okay, okay. So, okay, we're gonna release so much good practice. Okay, we're gonna run. Nope, stop it. Cancel. We're gonna run this again for things that don't include. I'm gonna call this second pass.
Just made me think of Lord of the Rings. Gandalf.
Shall not pass.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so it ran. Manage sets. Second pass. Members. So 33 of them still didn't get done. So we need to figure out what they have in common.
Test tapes.
Are like, how do we know if it's VHS?
You can't without looking in the MARC record.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, where is it?
In the 300 field, if it says video cassette.
VHS.
Okay. Yep.
Chances are, especially if it's suppressed,
Yeah.
because there's some VHS that we've made copies of, but because we've made copies of into a DVD, we have to keep the VHS.
Oh yeah.
We have to keep it in the catalog.
So could this be one of those, you think? Although why?
For
Yeah.
madness.
Why didn't that one get
Mm-hmm.
updated?
Not sure.
That's VHS.
VHS.
This is video disc.
DVD.
DVD, yeah.
But it has a warning for some reason.
Should we go back and look at the rule that we used and see what? So we were doing
Probably.
this one. And so it says, so it must have something to do with what is in the LDR and the 08, right?
Yes.
So we're looking at VHSs.
Like, is
And
there even any?
This, so here's the DVD one. So it is looking for these 3 conditions. 2 conditions really, because we already know it doesn't have the 336. So leader 6 needs to be G and 007 needs to be VD.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
So if the original record doesn't have an 007,
of VD, it's not gonna understand if there was anything for VHS.
Mhm.
Okay, so ooh, new project, because clearly. Okay, so then let's see, which one did we see was a DVD? Okay, so this is a DVD. It doesn't have an 007,
aha.
although the leader 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is G. So,
So maybe a new indication rule of
needs,
anything that's a visual material that does not have an 007 field.
yeah. And then you have to add an 007 with whatever goes in that.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, well, it's 3:05 and this is fantastic. And I think it has led us down a whole rabbit hole. And anything where we get to like write some indication rules with the new form tool thing, I think will be fun. So let's go ahead and just continue because we can talk about problems encountered and also explain the norm rules and what they mean, and how it impacted our results. So, yeah. Okay. Well, this was excellent practice. And maybe we can just get to, maybe this, what is it? Our creating 336, 338 fields could be a like more complex of like create these sets doing it this way using advanced search so you could clean up your entire collection if you are so inclined. Then we'll
Pipe
get
dreams.
well, because then we'll just go down every single rabbit hole.
And here's another question too. Of these DVD records you've got that are missing 007 fields, if you went and looked at the current WorldCat record, would it be there? And so like maybe one thing to tackle is updating with the most current OCLC record and then going back through and picking out anything that still doesn't have it.
Now that is something that I have never seen. My experience with OCLC is extremely limited. I think it was one assignment in grad school. So
It's much more fun doing it in real life than in school.
yes, although it seems like a giant veiled mystery Wizard of Oz behind the curtain kind of situation to me as a non-cataloger. But yeah, okay, well, this was fun. And I think like our work today has given me some ideas of like how to kind of add some troubleshooting or this might happen kind of notes to the documentation for this process.
Yeah,
So-
definitely. The problem with any cleanup project is the minute you start, it reveals more and new
More cleanup.
cleanup that
Yeah.
needs to be done.
Mhm. But that's the fun, right? Uh, all right. Well, this was excellent. Thank you, Victoria, for allowing us to keep playing with your records. And we'll just kind of dive back in again in 2 weeks and see what kind of problem solving tweakings we can do. So, okay, well,
Mhm.
have
Thank you.
a good couple weeks. See y'all later.
Take care, everybody.